Hello everybody. Since I tend to be behind in the promotion of my work, particularly at this time of the year when the solar cycle is running itself out to the end and the new cycle has not yet started, I thought it would be a good idea to just create a video in order to launch, to announce, and to promote the sixth edition of the program Is Not Your Life. And obviously it's to be starting very soon after the Rave New Year, when the sun enters um, gate 13 and the new Godhead Kali. Um, the program is about what's hidden, what's hidden to us. We are programmed like every other species by the forces of evolution, and the program is nothing but the manifestation of the forces of evolution. And in this, we really need to see that the program never wanted humanity to be a species of awakened individuals. That was never in the program. you know we are the we are programmed to be um, you know deeply homogenized, just like most species are. And despite the sophistication of our cognitive architecture, through the way we are programmed as a group, we're basically designed to end up being deeply homogenized and carried away by group dynamics, by the penta, by the wa. The world is built for penta and wa. It's built for groups, for families. It's not built for individuals. So the program, the group, civilization, this is all driven by a program that has its focus on improvement, make the world a better place for the next generation, and all that kind of crap. It's only the individual, that has a chance of grasping perfection, the perfection that's there in life, the glory of what it is to be human and to be given such an incredible cognitive potential as the one that we're all given. And through the revelation of human design, we get a chance, to honor the rights of the individual instead of falling a victim, to the falsity of so-called human rights that are basically, preached but never really put in practice, because survival as a priority has forever determined the life of the group. So, and we're living times where the fate of humankind is touching levels of uncertainty that have not been touched for a very long. I mean, it's not war that we have, but rarely did we have things happening on the collective level that impact the daily life of individuals as much and as deeply as this global pandemic is, which, it's, in my perception, it is more a pandemic of fear than anything else, because, well, fear in the not self tends to come up from hidden places, places inside of us that we were not in touch with, that we didn't integrate. So my way to work with the program is, to bring it to the surface so that it can be confronted, it can be seen for what it is, and it does not have to distort your perception. Yeah, you know, the program is hidden to our eyes, And it is so healthy in these times of misinformation and distorted information everywhere to have, to have an alternative story. It's a story that is not, fear driven, but a story that actually reveals to which extent, humanity has forever been fear driven. The not self mind operating in transference is nothing but a fear machine, a fear magnification machine, and that's how we keep each other in living in permanent distortion. So, the way I want to do this is the way I have done it in the last 5 years. The focus will be placed on the Godhead. In this sense, there will be a session every 3 weeks, which is about the time that it takes for the sun to move through the four gates that create each of the 16 Godheads. So we will be having, normally we were having 16 sessions per year, and in each session I would dedicate, just about half of the session to elaborate on the solar program and the gates that the sun moves almost on a weekly basis, and the other half of the session in elaborating on the nodal polarity and the outer planets, which is, what really creates the difference between one year and the next, one solar cycle and the next. It's been a very successful program so far, and I have received, all kinds of positive feedback from people participating in it, telling me how supported they feel in living out their lives, and having this alternative narrative, in as a way to actually see what's going on with humanity um, from another perspective. So I will continue to, plus, in every session, I would always elaborate on the theme of the Godhead, of the participants that were actually having their birthday during the time of the current Godhead. This year, I want to add something more to the mix. I have in general changed my approach a little bit and opened myself up to a lot more interaction with my students, no matter what level of human design I'm teaching. And I thought, I actually had suggestions about this, to do the same with this program as well. And what I will do, is I can't open up every session for discussion, because then I wouldn't have the time to deliver the information that I need to deliver. But I figured, that every 4 sessions, which means, every time the sun changes quarter, every time the sun has moved through the 4 different Godheads of one quarter, and before it moves into the next quarter, that I would, I'm going to include an extra session. So instead of 16 sessions, there will be a total of 20 sessions throughout the year. And in these 4 sessions, after the sun has transited each of the 4 quarters, I want this to be a fully interactive session where every participant will have access to, to the webcam and to the microphone, and they can express, their process as much, their own perception of the program and how it is impacting on them, as much as simply, ask questions in regard to the program and to the way it impacts on their design on a daily basis, or in a very specific context of a specific transit, whatever it is that bothers them mentally, so that, this will no longer be just me delivering information and then everybody doing with it whatever they can, but, that there will be a chance to, for an exchange, for this to be, an exchange that can be enriching both ways. I'm eager to know how, how the information that I deliver impacts, the participants on their daily life. So, if you feel drawn to share this experience with me, I look forward to work with you and with your design as well in the flow of this coming Rave New Year 2022 and see what the program holds in it for all of us. Look forward to meet you there if that's your fate. Bye for now.